All right, time to go live. This is a Manta Sports Media presentation of 16th Region Boys Basketball action. We'd like to welcome you to Harold Holbrook Athletic Complex West and John Hop Brown Court here on the campus of West Carter High School for tonight's 16th Region basketball action. We should have hopefully a good game on the agenda tonight as we're going to be having the home team on the scoreboard. The West Carter Comets currently 9-5 on the season, and they're going to be taking on the number one team in the region, the Ashland Tomcats, currently 14-4 on the season. So as we said, this should be a good matchup here tonight. West Carter's probably going to have a little bit of an uphill battle because they are dealing with the number one Ashland Tomcats in the region. And in addition to being number one in the region, Ashland is also number 11 in the state. That's as of today's RPI rankings. Of course, a lot of people probably think that Ashland should be ranked a little bit higher after their successful weekend that they've had down around Lexington because they had a fantastic weekend as they ended up defeating two of the top teams in the state. Of course, definitely on March 5th, Ashland defeated North Laurel, which at the time period was the number one team in the state, defeated them by 20 points. And then they defeated Paul Lawrence Dunbar, which was ranked 27th in the state at the time period in which they defeated them. And so they defeated two of the top teams in the state this past weekend. So West Carter will have their hands full here this afternoon. Of course, taking a look just at the Ashland season so far, they are 14-4 on the season and undefeated in the region, 9-0. Their only losses this season has come from number 6 Bowling Green, number 10 Highlands, number 4, which they just recently moved up to number 3, Covington Catholic, and then their lowest ranking loss that they had this year so far was against Simon Kenton, which was ranked 84th. Of course, as we said, they've had a very good year this year, defeating the number one team in the state, knocking them down a few ranks as well to get them, I believe they're third or fourth now on the year now. We'll take a look and get that specific information to you here because North Laurel was number one in the state and got bumped down to number 4 after that loss to Ashland. Of course, Lexington Catholic, number one team in the state, followed by St. Henry, a team that we've seen here just a few weeks ago, and also picked up their back-to-back All-A state championship. And then rounding off the top 10 will be Covington Catholic, North Laurel, Ballard, Bowling Green, Elizabethtown, and Johnson Central. So that is, and then Frederick Douglass at number 9 and Highlands at number 10. Ashland just right outside of that top 10 ranking, but some people think that they should be up there, especially after that defeating North Laurel this past weekend. Of course, West Carter, taking a look at on their side, had a few little stumbles here in the last couple weeks as, of course, took on the number 2 St. Henry basketball team, and they were Crusaders, and they lost to them here at home during the second round of the All-A State Sectional. And as we said, St. Henry went on to win the All-A State. And then, of course, the last game that West Carter played was here at home against Lewis County and dropped that one by 5, 49-44. So West Carter trying to look to get on the winning ways back again. Of course, if you remember back last year, West Carter just about defeated Ashland during their undefeated 30-0 season that they had last year. It was West Carter down to the very last second when Ashland put up a three-quarter court prayer Hail Mary shot and ended up winning that one. And so That was one of their closest losses to them, and that was back in 2020. Of course, they have played a couple close games this season as well. Back on January 9th, Ashland took on, I believe it was Boyd County, and just about lost to them 54-52, and so that was a tight one that they had as well. And then on taking a look at February 24th was another tight one that they had against Round County. And, of course, Round County is the number 2 team in the 16th region. And they that one went into overtime, 68-66 was the final. And so, so far, Ashland has been undefeated in the last 2 years within the 16th region. Their last loss in the 16th was on February 1st, 2019. So that's kind of going back just a little bit. They ended up losing to Boyd County in that one in the 64th District Championship, but before advancing on as the 16th Region champs and going on to represent the 16th Region. Of course, if you take a look at Ashland, as far as state records and everything else, or state stat leaders, they are kind of all over the board this year. Of course, Cole Villers, definitely one that we'll have to keep an eye out. He is number 33 in scoring, averaging 22.8 points per game, and he is number 17 in three-pointers, and he averages 3.1 three-pointers per game. As far as the team goes, they are number 22 in the state, averaging 73.2 points per game. Number 30 as far as winning margins, typically winning most of their games by 11.7 points. And then they are number 20 in the state in three-pointers, averaging 38.4%. So this is definitely going to be a very tough Ashland team. But Wes Carter has been stepping up to the challenge out here, and so they hope to give Ashland a very good game. Of course, taking a look at some Wes Carter stats as far as teams go, not breaking into the top 50 in the stats leader columns, but so far this season, the Comets have been 50.7% two-point shooters, and then just a little bit behind Ashland, not breaking the top 50, but they are at 34.9% from behind the arc. And so they're hoping to maybe take a little bit of advantage of that here tonight. So we'll take a brief break, and then we'll get on and see who we need to keep an eye out for here tonight. Kind of went a little stat heavy in the first little bit here, but we'll be back here momentarily as we hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back. You're watching 16th Region Basketball live here on Manta Sports Media on Facebook and YouTube.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson. Personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
And welcome back to Wes Carter. Definitely like to thank our sponsors out there helping us out to be able to provide you this live coverage here of 16th Region Basketball. Of course, let's take a look at who we need to keep our eyes on here today. Of course, West Carter still without their number 2 scorer, Jackson Bond. Just had a surgery last week on his ACL. Had a complete tear and had some meniscus damage repaired on there. So he is going to be out for the remainder of this season, and hopefully we'll get to see him back in on the gridiron next year. But taking a look first at West Carter, who to keep our eye out for. Of course, Tyson Webb is West Carter's leading scorer. He's averaging 13.3 points per game. So he's been doing pretty well here, increasing that up little by little here. Had a couple down games against Morgan County, but he's been stepping it up here in the last little bit as the season has been progressing. Of course, definitely the one to keep your eye out for is Trevor Callahan. The last few games he has been very explosive. And, before probably I would say 6 games ago, he was in single digits in points per game and has now gotten into the double digits. And he's been taking on a huge role as well for the Comets. And so we look forward to him as well and see what he's going to be able to do against this Ashland ball club. As we said, he averages 11.5 points per game and 5.1 rebounder. He's also the leading rebounder for the Comets as well. Hunter Salmon's having to take a step up in the role here. He's averaging 8.6 points per game. And Gage Lettingham, usually, we don't you don't hear too much from him, but when you do, he is very explosive and comes out, and he's been averaging about 9 points a game. Rebounds right now in the season is 3.7, but here in the last few games, he has definitely been explosive and been coming out of the woodworks out there to find him. You don't see him, and then all of a sudden he comes up with about 4 or 5 boards. So that's who to watch out for on the Comet squad. Let's take a look at the other flip of the coin there, and with the visitors, the Ashland Tomcats. Of course, the one to keep an eye out for is Cole Villers. And as we said, Villers is number 33 in the state in scoring, averaging 22.8 points per game. And he has had some very good games here this season with season highs of 35, 32, 30, and 27. So he's definitely somebody the Comets, if they're wanting to be victorious tonight, is going to have to contain. Of course, he is definitely someone that is very difficult to contain. Of course, as well, kind of rounding out the other top scorers for Ashland, you have number 11, Colin Porter. He's been averaging 17.5 points per game. And Ethan Sellers has been number 12. He's been averaging 13.6 points per game. So the Comets are definitely going to have their hands full here with this Ashland squad. And as we said, it's been 2 years since this team has last lost to a 16th region opponent. But they've had 3 close calls, but has been able to dodge the bullet each time, usually winning those only by 2 or 3 points. And so the teams are now back out onto the court, and we're going to be getting ready here for our national anthem and our introduction of players. I know this is one game that's definitely, that the players have been looking for. Coach Webb talking about needing the challenge later on this season. And so this is definitely going to be a challenge for them here tonight. Of course, if you take a look at the girls basketball, they are traveling over to number 1 Boyd County tonight. And so both Comet basketball squads are taking on the respective number 1 teams in the region. And so hopefully we'll see that they'll have some good showings against these teams and, give both of them a run for their money here. And the teams are now getting back to the bench, and we're going to be getting ready here for the national anthem. Chris Perry's on the public address system here today, and we'll get it over to him momentarily here as we get ready for our national anthem. Of course, the colors this afternoon is going to be presented by the West Carter High School Junior ROTC program underneath the direction of Colonel Hilton. Of course, West Carter and all Carter County schools this past week had went back into 5-day-a-week schedules. 2 options: you either go 5 days a week or you stay home 5 days a week. That's kind of the options that they had. And of course, today was ACT testing day for these players and everything for the juniors, and so we'll see how sitting down taking a test today also affect them as well. And so we're going to get ready here to honor America with the playing of our national anthem and the presentation of the colors. And now let's get ready to meet the teams here today, as we're going to be starting out with the starting lineups here for the Ashland Tomcats. 14-4 on the season so far. And starting out, number 11, Colin Porter. And then number 12, Ethan Sellers. Then number 20, Cole Villers. Then number 22, Xander Carter. And then number 45, Sean Markham. And now let's get ready for the home team on the scoreboard, the West Carter Comets. 9-5 on the season so far. And starting out at forward, a junior wearing number 5, Landon Nichols. And then at power forward, a senior wearing number 11, Trevor Callahan. At the guard, a senior wearing number 14, Hunter Salmons. At another guard, a senior wearing number 30, Gage Lettingham. And then the leading scorer for the Comet, the senior guard, number 33, Tyson Webb. The head coach for the Ashland Tomcats is Jason Mays. The head coach for the West Carter Comets is Jeremy Webb. And so it looks like Ashland has won the coin toss and will be getting the first inbounds of the game. And we are underway here at West Carter. Porter has the ball. He's going to take it down to the wing. Hits Villers. Villers working on Webb. He drives it in, puts it up one-handed off the backboard, and that is good. So Ashland strikes first blood and scores the 2 points of first 2 points of the game. West Carter now gets it over to Callahan. Now to Lettingham on the wing. Finally hits Salmons at top of the key. West Carter's been running this cutting offense, trying to get some movement inside. And there we go. We got Nichols. He tries to put up a shot and no good. Ends up getting his own rebound. Kicks it out to Callahan. He drives up the lane, puts up the shot and no good. Rebounded Markham of Ashland. Of course, Ashland starting out in a man-to-man defense. West Carter coming into a, looks like a 2-3 zone at the moment. Maybe kind of a loose man. 2-3 into a loose man as well out there. Porter's going to pull it back out, gets the pick there from Markham, drives the lane, stops, kicks it out over to Sellers. And then back to Markham, puts up the shot and no good. Rebounded Salmons of West Carter. One thing Coach Webb said that the team needs to learn to be patient on both the offensive and defensive end. And gets the ball out to Callahan and goes up, gets stripped there by Porter. But that one's going to sail out of bounds, and that's going to be West Carter's basketball. Gage Lettingham will be taking it out on the baseline. Having a little trouble getting it in. Finally gets it into Callahan, who gets it out to Webb to try to get this offense reset back up. A little bit of a mixed match there, finally changed up there by the Tomcats, as we're going to get our first foul here on the night, as that one's going to be Sean Markham. He's a senior for Ashland, and he picks up his first foul, team's first, as he was on the back of Trevor Callahan. West Carter still needing to get a little bit better movement in, and there's a steal there by Ashland. Goes up for the layup, and that is good. So Xander Carter picks up the steal and the layup and gives Ashland now a 4-point lead. Still early on here in this first quarter. Webb gets it to Lettingham, gets it out to Salmons for the 3-ball, and that is good. So Hunter Salmons gets West Carter first points, and it's a 3-ball. Cuts the Ashland lead down to 1 here with about 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Driving the lane, puts up the shot, and no good. Rebounded Nichols of West Carter. Finally gets it out to Webb, and he's going to slow down the pace just a little bit. West Carter has been known as a team to run and gun a little bit, but has been definitely showing some more patience in the last little bit. And there's a steal there by Villers of Ashland as he goes in for the layup and the 2, and that is good. So good steal and good finish there by Villers of Ashland to extend out the lead back out to 3. At your score is 6 for Ashland, 3 West Carter. Webb picks up his dribble, finally gets it out over to Salmons. Lettingham's going to drive down the lane, but ends up getting stripped by Porter again. That's his second steal in the last little bit, and as he goes for an alley-oop, and I'm not sure who you would give that to. I think they're going to end up giving that one with Markham since he was the last to touch it. Porter was going up for the alley-oop and got broken up there by Wes Carter, but Markham couldn't get the dunk, but ends up with the points. Webb gets it out to Callahan. They're going to have to get reset back up here. The Ashland defense usually been pretty good so far this season. Good pick there, and but Lettingham can't get it finished off. Markham with the rebound for Ashland. Crossovers Porter, and he's end up going to get fouled. As that foul is going to be against senior Trevor Callahan for Wes Carter. That's going to be his first, team's first, as the official said that he got Porter on the side of the head. So he'll be shooting two now for the Tomcats. First one is up and in. Extends the lead out to 6, 9-3. Second shot's up. Gets the friendly roll and gets it to fall. So Ashland's at their largest lead of the night at 7. And we're going to get a foul. Looks like it's going to be an illegal pick against Gage Lettingham. That's going to be his first, team second of the half. Villers now has it, turns around, pops it out to Carter, who hits the three ball. And so Coach Webb is going to call a timeout here as Ashland has a 10-point lead. 30-13. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll be back here in 30 seconds here on Manta Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we're back here at Wes Carter after the 30-second timeout. I'd like to take a quick moment to thank a few people. We got a lot of viewers out there today, but thank you Shannon Miner, and Shirley Irwin and Patty Bond, all for contributing stars out to us for this broadcast. We definitely like to thank you for that. And if you'd like to support us, feel free to send some stars our way. Definitely appreciate that. It goes to help pay our expenses here, especially coming up here to postseason. Hunter Salmons missed the floater shot, and Villers gets the ball up to Markham. He puts it back over his head, but Salmons is there for the steal. And he's got some Tomcats all over him, and Villers ends up with the ball and with a nice layup there. Porter just about took it away there from Lettingham, ends up hitting it out of bounds. Ashland now starting to put on a little bit of full court pressure here against the Comets, now up 12, 15-3. Webb, he's going to put one from way downtown, and that one off the back of the rim and pops up. Markham with the board. Porter kicks it out over to Sellers. Three ball on the way, no good. Rebounded Webb. He's looking for somebody, ends up hitting Salmons. Salmons puts up, I think he was trying to get it over to Jones, but there's a steal by Porter and gets it up to Villers for the easy two. This Ashland team is very court aware as they have gotten several picks against the Comets so far here in this first quarter. Wes Carter's going to have to start taking care of the ball. Lettingham slips, tries to get the shot up, but ends up rebounded by Ashland. Carter, three ball on the way, off the front of the rim. Lettingham gets the ball, and now it's a foot race to see who can get it in. Puts up the layup, no good. Comes back and ends up getting his own rebound. Salmons off balance three-pointer, hits it and finds the bottom of the net. and gives Wes Carter their 6 point here and cuts the Ashland lead down to 11. Porter fakes the shot, ends up dumping it out to Markham. That one's going to be last touch, Wes Carter. Logan Berry checking in now for the Comets, as well as Ryan Atkins for the Tomcats, and Landon Nichols checking back in as well. As Sam Jones, Berry, Nichols, Webb, Lettingham, and Berry is all in the ball game now for Wes Carter. Billers gets it over to Porter. Wes Carter definitely in a 2-3 defense at the moment, leaving Berry in the middle. Cross court now over. Villar's going to pop up a long three, can't connect. Rebounded by Porter. And he's going to set back up the offense. As we're under a minute here in this first period. Porter trying to work it on Nichols. Ends up getting it out to the wing, out to Viller. Good ball movement by the Tomcats. Back tip there by Jones. That was a good job on his part. And Lettingham tries to go up for the shot, but that one is blocked by Sellers. And Ashland's quickly on the other side of the court. Sellers now driving in, and we're going to get a kick ball. So these officials going to let these boys play a little bit here tonight. Porter's going to take the ball out on the baseline. Gets it out to Sellers for a three ball. No good. Rebounded Webb. Or not Webb, but Berry. And Xander Carter ends up picking up a foul as he was trying to get in on Berry, who got the rebound. So that will be his first and team second. Ashland still showing full court pressure, and that was a long shot there by Lettingham to try to get one there at the buzzer. But our score at the end of one is Ashland 17, West Carter 6. We'll be back here in 60 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we're back here at Hot Brown Court where Ashland has an 11-point lead at the end of one, 17-6. Wes Carter will be taking the ball out here to start out the second quarter. And we are underway. So Ashland holding the Comets down into single digits in that opening frame. But Wes Carter trying to get something going on as Berry working in Markham. Ends up getting his own rebound. Puts it back up and in. So Berry's got his first points of the game and cuts the lead down to 9. Good steal there by Berry, but he ends up stepping on the line. So there's a turnover. Ashland will have the ball on the sideline. Of course, this is Jeff the Mantis Irwin doing your play-by-play here today. Katie Irwin's on the camera and Emmy Irwin's on the scoreboard. And there's a steal there by Lettingham. Struggles to get the ball, tries to put up the shot, and no good. They're going to say that one was off Porter, and it'll be out of bounds. Wes Carter's ball underneath the basket. May's going to call a 30-second timeout here, so we'll be back here in 30 seconds. You're watching 16th Region's basketball here on Mantis Sports Media, live on Facebook and YouTube.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Coming out of the timeout, Ashland will have the ball down on the baseline. 17-8 is our score here as 7:22 left to play in the first half. Do appreciate you spending your afternoon with us here. Make sure that you like our page and share our video feed here today. And good shot there as Barry picks up his 4th point on the afternoon in that little jumper. But make sure you do like our page, follow us, and then share our video as well. If you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe and follow us as well. And we're going to get an illegal pick against Sean Markham, and that's going to be his 2nd, team's 3rd. As Ryan Atkins comes in to replace him now, as they're going to set Markham down for just a little bit. Still just a touch, too much time to let him go just yet. Don't want to get him in any more foul trouble here in this first half. Webb drives, spins, puts up a shot, and doesn't get it to fall, but he does draw the foul. And that one's going to go against Cole Villers, and that's going to be his first, team's 4th of the half, and that's going to send Tyson Webb to the line to shoot 2 as he drains the first one. Tyson Webb, a 73.2% three-throw shooter. 2nd on the way and gets it to fall. Cuts the Ashland lead now down to 5. That's one thing about Wes Carter in any of these games, as we've seen against Lewis County and St. Henry, they are a tough team to try to put away. As you know, St. Henry, the number 2 team in the state, and Wes Carter held with them for over 3 quarters. Villers, good shot, bounces off the rim, rebounded Barry of Wes Carter, gets it out to Webb, and he's going to try to drive it in, working on Villers. Pulls it back out to get the offense set up. Coach Webb calling the play. Run the box and 1 offense. Gets it down to Barry. He's got the hot hand here. Good look out to Lettingham, who fires the 3, but that's off the back of the rim. Rebounded Porter of Ashland. He hops in, tries to get it off to Atkins, but they manage to hang on to it. Sellers, top of the key. Now Villers, as Ashland trying to work in on this 2-3 zone. Kicks it out. Good ball movement by the Tomcats. Porter's going to put up a 3 from downtown and finds the bottom of the net. So it is now 20-12 as Ashland extends out their lead back out to 8. Trevor Callahan getting ready to come in for Wes Carter, as well as Hunter Sammons. Looks like Ashland kind of playing off Nichols a little bit. Now he gets him back in him as he gets posted back up. And just about a steal, and they're going to say that was going to be last touch by Sellers. So a bunch of, as we said, Callahan and Sammons checking in for Wes Carter. Hunter Gillum checking in. He's a senior from Ashland checking into the ball game as well. Gets it into Barry in the high post. He's going to turn. Fakes the shot, finally puts it up, no good. Callahan, one hand put back, no good. Rebounded by Ashland's Atkins. Porter tries to go up and blocked by Callahan, but he's going to draw the foul. And they're going to say this one's going to go against Sam Jones, and that's going to be his first, team's third. And he's going to be sending Colin Porter to the line to shoot 2. First one's off the back of the rim. He'll have one more. That one's up and in, so he extends out the lead back out to 9 for Ashland at 21-12. Webb trying to get it over to Callahan, but ended up getting stolen back by Jones. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, no good. That's on the floor, but finally Gillum picks it up for Ashland as he gets it over to Porter. Thinking about shooting the 3, but hesitates, works his way on the inside. Block shot by Callahan, but we're going to see who they're going to get this foul on. And they're going to say that one's going to go against Logan Berry, and that's going to be his first, team's 4th. Porter hits his first shot. He'll have one more. Gets the lead out to 10 for Ashland. Make it 11. Gage Lettingham checking back into the ball game for the Comets as he replaces out Sam Jones. Got that steal just a little bit ago. They couldn't get that turnover, any points off of that turnover, but the Comets have had some struggles this season trying to get the ball in the hole. And there's a steal there by Ethan Sellers, but he steps on the line and sideline, and so that will be a turnover there by the Tomcats and Wes Carter's ball. 3-point on the way by Tyson Webb, and he drains it. So 23-15. Good look down into the low post as he hit up Atkins for the layup. So that was a good look there by Porter to get him down in the low post there. Gets it to Lettingham, fakes the shot, dribbles around. Good dish down to Logan Berry. He's got 6 here on the night. Way cross court, dangerous pass by Ashland, but ends up paying off. And we got a kick ball by Wes Carter, so it'll be Ashland on the sideline. Three ball on the way, and that is good by Porter. Both these teams not afraid to hit it from downtown. Berry tries to get it out to Webb, but tipped away by Villers. So it'll be Wes Carter's ball. Ashland's still on top, 28-17, so up by 11. Logan Berry's had a good night so far. They're going to try to keep on giving it to him here. Oh, Lettingham just about had a wide open layup there, but couldn't hang on to the pass, and so that'll be a Wes Carter turnover, and possession will go to the Tomcats. Gillum gets it over to Porter. Porter just about, he was glad he got that off when he did. He was about ready to hit the floor and get a travel call, but a good way to get it out. No good by Villers, rebounded by Wes Carter. Gets it to Berry. He tries to get it into Callahan, but Hunter Gillum's there for the steal. Gets it over to Sellers. Now down to Villers, cross court to Porter. As we said, Ashland has got some very good ball movement, and 3-ball there by Ryan Atkins. And Coach Webb's going to take another timeout here and talk things over. There'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll be back here in 30 seconds here on Manta Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
Coming out of the West Carter timeout, they are down by 14, 31-17. They'll have the ball on the end line. I'd like to thank Tara Waddell for sending us some stars here today. Sure do appreciate that. And like I said, stars, you can buy those from Facebook directly, and you can send them to us or any videos that you like to help support out and cover the cost of broadcasting. Tries to get it down to Barry, falling down, gets it back out to Webb. Webb managed to hold on to the dribble, but loses it that way. And they're going to say it was last touch by Webb. He tried to say it was off of Ashland, but the side official closest to us had it where he lost the ball and went out of bounds on West Carter. West Carter still in a 2-3 zone. Trying to neutralize Villers a little bit, keeping him mostly quiet, but he's got some points here on the afternoon. Good look to get it down. Doesn't take an opportunity of the shot. That'll be Ashland's ball underneath. As they say, last touch, West Carter. Trevor Callahan comes in. Sellers had a great look wide open, but just wanted to get that one last pass in. Villers for three, drains it and extends out the Ashland lead. Now out to 17. Off of Lettingham's feet. Good hustle there by both teams, but Webb comes up with it. Callahan trying to get rid of the ball, try to get some space from him, and West Carter will still maintain possession. As Sam Jones checks in now for the Comets. He replaces out Tyson Webb. Lettingham's going to take out the ball underneath. Gets it out over to Jones on the corner. Gets it to Nichols. Nichols, hook shot, gets that one to fall. So good post play there by Nichols to get the lead down to 15. Looks like we're about under 1 minute to play here in the first half. Gives it to Sellers. He stops, shoots it this time. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded Nichols of West Carter, but then there's a steal right back by Sellers. He tries to get it to Atkins, but Salmons ends up with it. And they're going to say he pointed toward West Carter and had another official and two Ashland players and the entire Ashland fan base gasping on that one. But he's like, oops, made the wrong call. As an official, I've done that before myself. Even in baseball, I have balled a strike, strike the ball, and everything else. And that foul is going to go against Sam Jones, and that's just going to be his second here of the half, team's fifth. Having a little trouble getting it in. Ends up getting the 5-second call as Gillum can't get the ball inbounds, and so that'll be West Carter's ball. Ashland still has 4 timeouts, but didn't want to burn one just yet to save the possession. Of course, West Carter may be holding for the last shot as we're under 30 seconds. Three ball on the way by Lettingham. That one's in and out. Rebounded by Nichols. Lettingham gets it again, fires it off again, gets that one to fall at the buzzer. So Gage Lettingham gets a 3 right at the buzzer to get West Carter up to 22 points. And so Ashland goes into the half to the locker room at the half, up by 12, 34-22. We'll take a few-minute break, and we'll come back to you with, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think they said tonight. I forget if it's tonight or Thursday night is going to be cheerleading senior night, but we'll see if that goes on there. I think that's probably going to be Thursday night with the West versus Elliott County game. But we'll take a couple-minute break, and we'll be back with some halftime stats. This is Jeff the Manta Serwin here on Manta Sports Media. You're watching live on Facebook and YouTube.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney. The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You're looking at me in the future. Okay. Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
This is Jaina. Into the future.
I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember it was this girl that I was getting bullied by that one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me? I don't think you know how much like that helped me, because like I finally like knew that I had somebody. Because of you, Isaac, and what you did for me years ago, I grew up to be more independent and love myself and just be a little bit more confident.
Aw, I'm like a little tearing up right now. Just to see her in the future just blossom and look beautiful, and that was really amazing.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And we're back here at West Carter High School. We're right now going in at halftime. The Ashland Tomcats has a 34-22 lead. Let's take a look at some halftime stats here. Of course, I'd like to thank Zach Stevens. He's the stat man here for the Comets, providing us with our stats out here today. So taking a look, of course, West Carter right now shooting 25% from the 2-point range, 4 of 16. Struggling to get the ball in the hole that first half within the 2-point range. So the Comets are definitely going to need, hopefully, switching goals will have a little bit better luck for them here in that second half. Doing pretty well from the 3 range, currently shooting 4 of 8 and hitting 50% from behind the arc. West Carter's taken two trips to the charity stripe, and they've hit them both for 100%. For the Tomcats, they are 7 of 12, getting a little bit more production off of some less shots, shooting a pretty good 58.3% from the 2-point range. 5 of 9, pretty close with the Comets there, but they are shooting 55.6% from behind the arc. They took 6 trips to the free-throw line, made 5 of them for 83.3%. West Carter's been having control of the boards here in the first half with 15 rebounds as Ashland has 10. Of course, part of that goes right along with your shooting percentage as well. West Carter getting some second attempts out there to try to get the ball in the hole, but just been struggling here in the first half within the 2-point range. Turnovers, a big deal here in that first half. West Carter with 11 turnovers to Ashland's 5. And, of course, our score at the half is 34-22. Taking a look at some individual statistics as well, starting out first for the Comets. They have a tie for the first, the leading scorers. Hunter Sammons has 6, as he is 2 for 2 from the 3-point line and 0 for 1 from the 2-point range. So he's got 6 points on the night, and Logan Berry having a pretty good night as well to start out in that first half. 3 of 5 from the field, and he's got 6 points as well. Right behind him is Tyson Webb. He's 1 of 2 from the 3-point range, and he's been to the free-throw line twice and has hit both of them. He's the only Comet that's been on the line tonight. And then, of course, you have Gage Lettingham hit that big 3 at the buzzer to cut the lead from down to 34 to 22 for Ashland on top. And then you also have Landon Nichols with 2 points on the night. He's 1 of 2 from the 2-point range. Taking a look now at the Tomcats. They have scoring leaders as well as Colin Porter. He has got 11 points on the night. 5 of those from the charity stripe. He's 5 for 6. He's hit 2 3-pointers. He's 2 for 2, and then he's missed the only 2-point shot that he's taken so far in that first half. Cole Violers also has 11 points so far in that first half. He's 4 of 6 from the 2-point range, and he's 1 of 2 from behind the arc. And then, of course, you have 2 Tomcats with 5 points. Ryan Atkins, he's got a perfect shooting night so far, 1 of 1 from the 2-point range and 1 of 1 from the 3-point range. And then you have Xander Carter. He's 1 of 1 from the 2-point range and 1 of 2 from behind the arc. And then to finish off the scoring, you have Sean Markham. He's 1 of 2 from the field, and he's got 2 points. As far as fouls go, a pretty low fouling event in that first half. Cole Violers has 1. Xander Carter has 1, and Sean Markham has 2. Taking a look for the Comets, Sam Jones has 2. Trevor Callahan has 1. Logan Berry has 1, and Gage Lettingham has 1. So only 9 total fouls by both teams combined in that first half. And so pretty clean first half there. Of course, the officials letting them play just a little bit on here to start things out. And so we're getting ready to start out the second half. And looks like Ashland is going to have the ball to start out the second half. And we are underway. Markham back in for Ashland, gets it to Porter, and we're going to get a foul right off the bat. And that one going to go against number 11, Trevor Callahan. That's going to be his second, team's first. So for Ashland, you got Porter, Sellers, Markham, Villers, and Carter in. For West Carter, you've got Lettingham, Callahan, looks like Nichols, Sammons, and Webb. Porter's been getting some pretty good penetration in, puts up the one-hander and gets that one to fall. And so he strikes first blood here in the second half. Extends out the Ashland lead back out to 14. Of course, Ashland, the largest lead of the night so far was 17. As there's a steal there by Villers, he gets it over to Porter. Porter takes it, but he's going to be fouled. And this one's going to go against Trevor Callahan, and that's going to be his third, team second. So as we said, Ashland's largest lead of the night was at 34-17. Of course, the longest runs of the night, West Carter went on a 9-0 run. And of course, Ashland went on a 17-3 run. No lead changes, no ties. Ashland has controlled this ball game from the beginning. Gives it to Callahan, pops up a three. That one's off the front of the rim, rebounded by Porter. He looks like a quarterback trying to get it to Markham, but Callahan comes in and looks like he's going to pick up his foul. And by my calculations, that's going to be his fourth and team's third. So Callahan picks up 3 straight fouls for West Carter. Sends Markham to the line and hits the first one. Logan Berry coming in, so we probably won't see Callahan until the last little bit of that fourth quarter. Second shot's up for Markham. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by Tyson Webb of West Carter. West Carter running some top, but ends up getting his pocket pick there by Sellers. Goes up and lays it in for Ashland and extends out their lead. Now back out to their largest lead, tied for the largest lead at the night at 17. Lettingham, some good moves, gets it down to Nichols, puts a strong move up and gets that one in for West Carter. So Landon Nichols gets puts up a strong shot and gets rewarded with 2 points for West Carter. Villers, off-balance shot, gets that one to fall, and so we're back out to 41-24. And we're going to get a foul away from the ball. And that foul is going to go against Logan Berry, and that's going to be his second, team's fourth of the half. West Carter, their 2 big men, Berry and Callahan. Of course, Berry's really putting it on him, getting some extracurricular, and we're going to get a foul going the other way. They're going to say that is against Xander Carter, and that's going to be his second, team's first of the half. Logan Berry and Sean Markham, looks like there's going to be some extracurricular activities between them. And we're going to get a double foul here. So they're going to call Sean Markham, and that's going to be his third. And then Logan Berry is going to pick up his third as well, as the officials having a talk between them, because Logan Berry and Markham on both ends of the court has been pushing and shoving just a little bit. Of course, both of them kind of coming away with a smile on that one. So we'll see if they continue to guard each other. Webb goes up powerful. Markham blocks the shot, but Webb's going to pick up the foul or draw the foul. And that foul is going to go against Xander Carter, and that's going to be his third, team's third. So we said that it was a pretty clean first half, but it's now starting to heat up here between these two teams. So Tyson Webb at the line shooting two. He drills his first one. Second shot on the way, and that is in. Sam Jones checking in now. Going to try to get Logan Berry to calm down just a little bit there. As we said, him and Markham was kind of getting into it. The official tried to settle him down, calling a double foul against on both of them. So we'll see how that progresses as the game goes on. Porter kicks it out to the corner. Three ball, no good by Sellers. Rebounded Ashland. Sellers goes up and probably should have been a foul there against Nichols, but no call. Yeah, that was definitely a big no call there by the officials, as Jones runs into Markham, and he's like a brick wall. Wes Carter can't get the shot to fall, and rebounded by Ashland. Sellers going to pop a three and gets that one to fall. These fans are starting to get into the game just a little bit. And Jones going to pick up a foul as he drives in. And they're going to say that one is against Cole Viers, and that's going to be his second, team's fourth. So there's a little bit of that patience and trying to get things up as Wes Carter starting to get a little bit frustrated at this score at the moment. Gives it to Webb. He fakes the three, gives it out to Sammons. Lettingham's going to drive the lane. Instead of laying it up, tries to get it to Nichols, but gets it stolen by Porter. Sellers going to have steps called against him. So it'll be Wes Carter's ball. And Jeremy Webb's going to call a full timeout. So we'll be back here in 60 seconds. You're watching 16th Region Basketball here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we're back here at Wes Carter coming out of the full timeout. Ashland still on top comfortably, 44-26, so an 18-point lead for Ashland. It's one of their largest of the night so far. Of course, both teams starting to get fired up just a little bit. We'll see if that timeout calms them down just a little bit, kind of get them separated. And then there's a steal there by Sellers. Lettingham forces him out as well as Jones. Three ball on the way, and that is good by Villers. And so now Ashland's on top by 21. Barry's back in the game, tries to hit Jones, but a little bit too high. Stolen ball there by Carter. Porter kicks it all the way out to Atkins for three, no good. Porter tries to get the ball, but looks like he was the last one to touch it, and so it'll be Wes Carter's ball. Ashland's starting now to back off just a little bit, but three-quarters as there's a steal there by Sellers, and he gets it in for the layup, and he picks up two. Ashland going on with a 21-point lead, still trying to put on the full-court pressure. Good move there by Lettingham to get around the press and picks up a basket. Three ball on the way there by Sellers, no good. Rebounded Barry. Webb's out there, tries to hit Lettingham, but gets tapped by a few Tomcats and be out of bounds. Wes Carter's ball on the baseline. Good cut there by Lettingham. Can't get it to finish off. Rebounded by Carter of Ashland. Hits it over to Sellers. Tries to get a back tip. Ends up juggling it. Three ball on the way, and that is good by Xander Carter. So 24-point lead. As Wes Carter trying to break this full court press, gets it over to Salmons for three and gets that one to fall. So 52-31, 21-point lead once again for the Ashland. Three ball on the way there, and that is good by Carter. He's hit back-to-back threes. So 55-31. And we're going to get a foul away from the ball. This one's going to go against Ryan Atkins, and that'll be his first, team's fifth. Bryson Boggs coming in now, and he replaces Gage Lettingham. Webb trying to get it in. Finally, Barry gets a hold on it. Hook shot. That is good in the paint. So cuts the lead down to 22. And we're going to get a foul once again. And that one's going to go against number 23, Bryson Boggs, and that's his first, team sixth. So next foul will put Ashland in the bonus. Villers driving in. Kicks it out, just about picked off there by Boggs. Three ball on the way there by Porter. Rebounded Ashland. Looks like that's Atkins. He kicks it out to Carter. Gets it down into Villers, and Jones tries to block the shot. And I believe he's going to be the one called for the foul. Yep. And that's going to be his third, team seventh. And so that's going to put Villers at the line. I believe he'll be shooting too. First one is up and in for Villers. As Sean Markham comes in, he replaces out Atkins. Villers hits another free throw and gets the lead back out to 24. Ashland still putting on some pressure, backing it off just a little bit, but still getting some pressure on the backcourt as Jones tries to get that down to Barry, but hits it off the leg of a couple Tomcats, and so it'll be Wes Carter's ball. Under a minute left to play here in the third period. Ashland still on top, 57-33. Gets it into Jones. Jones puts it up. Good, strong move. Gets that one to finish. And he's got a bucket himself. And so he gets Wes Carter out to 35. Sellers drives, pulls it back out, hits Villers. Villers driving in. And he's going to be called for the offensive foul as Jones was set up. And so Villers will pick up his third foul, and that's team 6. So Wes Carter will be in the bonus on the next foul. Ashland getting ready to try to show trap on the side. Wes Carter trying to get the ball moved around. As Jones gets it there, they're going to say it's tipped. Webb keeps on holding it, finally gets it to Logan Berry. And kind of a circus move, gets some points on the board, and so he cuts the lead down to 20. Porter drives the lane, and he's going to draw the foul. And they're going to say that one's going to go against number 10, Sam Jones, and that's going to be his 4th, team's 8th. And that's going to put Colin Porter at the line, and he's going to be shooting 2, saying that it was a shooting foul. First one's up and in. Lettingham checks in now for Jones. As we got 3 Comets in foul trouble right now, Sam Jones has 4, Trevor Callahan has 4, and Logan Berry has 3. As far as the Ashland players in foul trouble goes, we have Villers with 3, Markham with 3, and Carter with 3. Lettingham puts up the shot, can't get that to fall, rebounded by Ashland, and he's just going to hold on to the ball as we finish out the third period. Your score, Ashland 59, West Carter 37. We'll be back here in 60 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we're back here at West Carter High School with Ashland starting to run away with this game. Currently, they are up 59-37, so they're up by 22 points. Ashland trying to look like they're trying to get the running clock against the Comets, still trying to put on some pressure, try to get some turnovers and to get the points up to try to get that running clock in on the mercy rule. But West Carter's still been hanging around a little bit and not allowing that so far. So West Carter has the ball to start off the final frame here. As Webb drives it in, puts it up and in. So he cuts it the lead back down to 20 at 59-39. Porter, some fancy dribbling, puts up a circus shot and gets that one to go. So he gets the lead back out to 22. Good look to get to Webb. Good look once again to get it to Boggs. Back out to Lettingham. And that's going to be a blocked shot there by Sean Markham. And it'll be West Carter's ball. Yeah, West Carter definitely likes to move around the ball quite a bit. They may need somebody to start taking a couple extra shots. As Barry puts up a fader and doesn't, it's off the mark and rebounded by Markham. And we're going to get steps called here against Porter and, by, I think Porter on that. He's kind of looking like, what did I do, as he was passing the ball over to Villers. So Webb gets it over to Lettingham. Ashland still putting on some pressure, trying to trap. Gets it to Tyson Webb, puts up a shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Villers as he gets it all the way up to Sellers, and Sellers gets the easy layup. Gets the lead out to 24. Tries to get it down to Webb, and we're going to get a foul going the other way. And they're going to say that one is against Logan Berry, and that's going to be his fourth, team's ninth. They'll say that was a player control, or well, no, they're going to see if it's a player control or the officials talked it over a little bit, and they're going to say that was a player control foul, so they're not shooting the 1-and-1. The clock keeper was showing 1-and-1, but the officials said it was player control, so they're not going to get the free throws on this one. Villers, fader, hits that one up around the free throw line and extends out the Tomcat lead out to 26, one of their largest of the night. Good ball movement by the Comets, but that one's stolen there by Carter as he gets a hand on it. Carter gets it down the corner to Sellers. He puts up a three. That one's in and out. Rebounded Logan Berry, and he gets Sammons on the outlook, and Sammons tries to get it into Lettingham, but tapped away. And so it'll be Comet basketball. Trevor Callahan checking back into the ball game for the Comets. Porter and looks like Gillum checking into the ball game for the Tomcats. Gets it out to Sammons. Sammons gets it to Webb. Gets it into Callahan. Strong move, but can't get that one to fall in. But he's going to draw the foul. And so that foul is going to go against Sean Markham, and that's going to be his fourth of the night. And so that's going to put Trevor Callahan at the line, shooting two. So both teams are now in the bonus. Tate Ashby coming in now for the Tomcats. Callahan puts up his second shot, gets that one to fall. Cuts the lead back down to 25. Gets the pick, rolls off of it. Porter gets it down to Sellers. Back out to Porter on the wing. Cross courts it over to Ashby for three. No good. Rebounded Gillum of Ashland. Gets it to Villers. Villers pulls it back out as Coach Mays directing traffic. Finally gets it out to Porter. He drives the lane, splits the lane up and under, and that is good there by Colin Porter. He's had a fantastic night here tonight as the lead is out to 27. Good look to get it down to Boggs in the post. He fades away, puts up the shot, and gets the shooter's roll and gets that to fall in for Wes Carter. They get the lead back down to 25 again. Gillum going to run the show here from the point guard position. Gets it to Ashby. Back to Porter. He dribbles out, cuts back in, gets it to Ashby, and he puts it up and in and scores his first points of the night. Tate Ashby. Sammons, three ball on the way, finds the bottom of the net on that one. Porter takes it from end to end, can't get it finished off. Rebounded Wes Carter, Lettingham. Going to try to dribble in, behind the back pass to Webb, gets it now to Sammons. Callahan working on the inside, puts up a strong move and gets that one to fall. 69-47, our score, 22-point lead still by Ashland. Still about 3 minutes left to play here in regulation. And Porter can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Webb and gives it to Lettingham. He puts the shot up. That's off the front of the rim. Porter tips it out to Villers. Villers going to go up strong with the slamma-jamma there. So Cole Villers sends that one home with authority and gives Ashland, extends out the Ashland lead. Rebounded now by Ashland as they get it quickly back out to Villers for a three. No good. Ashby gets the board, puts it up, but he's going to draw the foul. And that foul is going to go against Hunter Salmons. That's going to be his first, team's 10th. And so that's going to send Ashby to the line to shoot two. First one rolls in. And looks like Nichols and Jones in for West. And then we got a bunch of Ashland players coming in. Let's see if we can try to get them all. Looks like Tristan Davis, number 25, checking in. And Ashland's going to call a timeout, I guess trying to sort who is on the court. So that'll be a 30-second timeout. So we'll be back here in 30 seconds here on Manta Sports Media.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
And we're back here at West Carter, and looks like we have number 33, Nate Freeze, number 32, DJ Williams, number 25, Tristan Davis, number 24, Asher Atkins in the ball game. Or excuse me, 32, DJ Williams not in. 15, Tucker Conway is in for Ashland. And gets bumped there by Freeze, but they're going to say last touch Ashland, so that'll be West Carter's ball under the basket. .26 lead by the Tomcats. So they get it into Callahan. He's going to put a strong move up, but rebounded by Conway of Ashland. Gets it quickly down the court, but in trying to get the move there, Tristan Davis ends up getting the steps called on him. So it'll be a turnover Ashland, West Carter's ball, with what appears to be about 2 minutes and I think just under or a little bit over 2 minutes left to play here in the game. As he gets it to Boggs. Boggs driving it down. And he's going to he shuffled that pivot foot just a little bit, and he's going to be called for the travel. Brett Daly, number 24, freshman, checks into the ball game for the Comets. As Ashby gets it off to Atkins. Gets it out to Conway. He's going to drive the lane, kicks it out to Asher Atkins, who puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded Sam Jones of West Carter, and he's trying to push the ball down quickly. Gets the layup, but can't get it to fall, but he draws the foul. And that foul is going to go against Tate Ashby, and that's going to be his first, team's 8th. And so Sam Jones for West Carter is going to be at the line. First shot's up, gets that one to fall. Connor Green checking into the ball game for West Carter as he replaces out Callahan. Can't get the second shot to fall, rebounded by Ashby of Ashland. DJ Williams set to come in to the ball game for Ashland as they overthrew Asher Atkins on that, and so it'll be a turnover Ashland, West Carter's ball. So Williams checking into the ball game for Ashland. Jones gets it to Green. Green to Boggs. Boggs drives in, tries to get it into Nichols, and good power move there by Landon Nichols to get the bucket there for West Carter. Gets the lead back down to 23. And Atkins puts up a circus shot. Some bodies hit the ground, no call. West Carter with the board. They give it to Daly. Daly puts up a shot, and he's going to draw the foul. And that foul is going to go against Tucker Conway, and that's going to be his first, team's 9th. So Brett Daly, a freshman, going to be shooting 2 off the free-throw line, but misses his first one. Caleb Rayburn checking into the ball game now for the Comets as he replaces out Sam Jones. Second shot's up for Daly. That one's off the rim. Rayburn just about gets it, and looks like we're going to get a jump ball situation. And possession's going to go to the Tomcats. So it looks like we're just about under a minute left. A little time difference from the game clock and our clock here, but we are definitely under a minute left to play here in the game. Shot put up there by Davis, no good. Rebound, West Carter. Looks like Daly tries to get it out to Green, but that one's stolen there by Asher Atkins. He goes up for the layup and gets the bucket. Daly crosses the timeline, gets it over to that's Boggs. Boggs drives the lane, tries to get it to Nichols. Off his feet, but Caleb Rayburn with the pickup and blocked shot there at the end as Daly tried to go up and put the shot up. And that's going to finish things out here at West Carter. Your final score is Ashland 75, West Carter 50. So we'll take a brief break and everything, and then we'll get some final stats here today. Do want to congratulate the Ashland Tomcats on a nice victory here at West Carter today. And West Carter, they toughed it out all the way. Definitely tried to give them some contention there early on, but the Tomcats just had the momentum and kept the control throughout the game. But we'll be back here momentarily as we hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with some final stats here at West Carter. Your final score, Ashland Tomcats 75, West Carter Comets 50.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney. The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You're looking at me in the future. Okay.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
This is Jaina. Into the future. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember it was this girl that I was getting bullied by that one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me? I don't think you know how much like that helped me, because like I finally like knew that I had somebody. Because of you, Isaac, and what you did for me years ago, I grew up to be more independent and love myself and just be a little bit more confident.
Aw, I'm like a little tearing up right now. Just to see her in the future just blossom and look beautiful, and that was really amazing.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And we're back here at West Carter with some final stats here today. Very good shooting night for the Ashland Tomcats as they shot 64.2% from the two-point range, 18 of 28. Had a pretty good three-point shooting night as well, 9 for 21 for 42.9%. And they had 14 trips to the free-throw line and hit 12 of them for 85.7%. West Carter doing pretty well on the three-point range. Hit 6 of 11 for 54.5%. But within the two-point range, they've continued to struggle just a little bit, hitting 13 of 34 from the two-point range, or 38.2%. The Comets went to the line 10 times tonight and hit 6 of them for 60%. West Carter did out-rebound Ashland 27-24. Of course, as we said, that's kind of directly related to the number of shots you take and your shooting percentage as well. West Carter tried to put up some second-chance points, ended up with 8 second-chance points tonight, and Ashland had 6. Of course, taking a look at turnovers, that was a big name of the game tonight. West Carter with a total of 22 turnovers. They had 11 turnovers in the first half and 11 in the second half. So West Carter having some trouble with turning the ball over tonight. Ashland with 12 turnovers. They had 5 in the first half, 7 in the second, and they had a total of 12 on the night. And, of course, our final score here tonight is Ashland 75, West Carter 50. Let's take a look at some individual scoring. We'll first start out for the Ashland Tomcats. Their leading scorer tonight, no surprise, he came on in that second half. And he doubled up. He hit 11 in the first half, 11 in the second half. Cole Byers had 22 points tonight. He was 7 of 9 from the 2-point range and 2 of 5 from the behind the arc, and he was 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Right behind him was Porter. Colin Porter of Ashland. He had 19 on the night. He had 11 points in the first half, 8 in the second half. He was 3 for 5 from the 2-point range, 2 of 3 from behind the arc, and 7 of 8 from the charity stripe. And then right behind him was Xander Carter. He had 11 points. He was 1 of 1 from the 2-point range, 3 of 4 from behind the arc. And then other scorers for Ashland, you had Ethan Sellers with 9 points, Ryan Atkins with 5, Tate Ashby with 4, and Asher Atkins with 2, and Sean Markham just held to 3 points tonight. He had 2 points in the first half and 1 point in the second half out there as well. Taking a look now for the West Carter Comets. Leading scorer tonight, Hunter Sammons. He had 12 points on the night. He was 0 of 1 from the 2-point range, but he was a perfect 4 for 4 from behind the 3-point line. So he was 4 for 5 on the night, and that's where he got his 12 points at. Right behind him was Logan Berry. He had 10 points tonight, 5 of 8 from the 2-point range. And then behind him was Tyson Webb with 9 points. He was 1 of 2 from the 2-point range, 1 of 2 from the 3-point range, and 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. Other Comets scoring tonight, you had Landon Nichols with 6 points. He was 3 of 5. You had Gage Lettingham with 5 points. Sam Jones with 3. Trevor Callahan with 3. And Bryson Boggs with 2 on the night. Of course, the largest lead of the night was at 27 points in that last quarter when Ashland held a 67-40 lead over the Comets. And, of course, the longest run for West Carter was in that first half when they had a 9-0 run. And Ashland's longest run of the night was a 17-3 run also in that first half as well. No lead changes and no ties tonight. So definitely as we said, Ashland kind of controlled things from the get-go and didn't look back afterwards. Taking a look, of course, as well, a few more stats here. Of course, Ashland, one of the big things that advanced them up here today was their 3-point shooting. They outscored West Carter 27-18 from behind the arc tonight. As we said, they were 9 of 21. So Ashland had a very good job behind the arc. West Carter hitting pretty well themselves, 54.5%. As we said, they had 18 points from behind the arc. Of course, taking a look as well as defensive stops, Ashland stopped West Carter 41 times. West Carter stopped Ashland 30 times. As far as points off the bench, West Carter led in that category. They had 15 points off the bench, and Ashland had 11. And then, of course, another area where Ashland was dominating tonight was in the paint. 12 points in the night in the paint for the Tomcats, while the Comets had 8 on the night. And so that's going to finish things out here at West Carter. For this game tonight. Taking a look at the rest of the schedule, looks like Ashland Blazer has drawn Rose Hill Christian. And that game, of course, this is the last regular season game for the Tomcats as they improve up to 15-4 on the season. And they will be playing Rose Hill Christian at Boyd County Middle School on March 16th at 8 o'clock, and that's for the 64th district tournament. Taking a look at the score for West Carter as well, they've got one more regular season game, so a little bit of a chance to spend a day in the gym and try to work out a few things before going into the 62nd district tournament, as West Carter will be traveling down to Fleming County on March 11th, and I believe that's going to be a varsity-only match down there as well, and that game will be at 7 o'clock. Of course, for us and our broadcasting, we are going to be live on the air on Thursday night as the West Carter girls is going to be finishing out their last regular season game here at home, as they're going to be taking on the Elliott County Lions. And that game's going to be at 7:30, 7:15 will be pregame. And I believe that as well should be the cheerleaders' senior night as well. And so we'll have some coverage of that during the halftime as well. Of course, talking in with Coach, they did say that the 62nd district tournament is going to be a blind draw. I have not heard when that meeting is going to be just yet. But as soon as that draw happens and we get that information, we will pass that on to you as soon as we can. Of course, West Carter right now, the girls are at Boyd County tonight, and they are taking on the Lions, their number one team in the region as well. Taking a look just at a few of our fans and everything. Thank you, Tracy Joe Elliott, for sending some stars our way, as well as Tara Waddell, Patty Bond, and Shirley Irwin. She's on a 3-week streak there. Shannon Miner as well on a 3-week streak. Definitely like to thank you all for your stars. That definitely is appreciative. And do want to thank the rest of our viewers, Kayla Lowe Stafford, Stan and Anita Roe McGlone, Justin Lewis, former Common himself, Rhonda Dickerson-Oney, Roger Crisp, good to see him out there as well, Michael Lettingham, definitely like to appreciate him as well. He's been one of our good fans as well. And Rhonda Dickerson-Oney, thanks for sharing out there tonight. Vicki Mosier, of course, Tara Waddell, Wanda Lowe Lewis, and Hubby Sadler, of course, cheering on the Tomcats here tonight. And so our final score once again here from West Carter is Ashland 75, West Carter 50. I'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight. Make sure that you follow our page. Make sure you like us on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube. Love to have you a part of the Manta Sports Media family. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook and then hit that little bell and subscribe to us on, and make sure you get the notifications on YouTube. That way so you never miss a moment here of 16th Region basketball action. So for Jeff Irwin and the rest of the Manta Sports Media team, thank you all for tuning in today. God bless you all, and we'll see you all Thursday again for some more fantastic 16th Region basketball action.